Girl, if that part of you is hurting, then you are doing it wrong. Just saying. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of the RobBrod Report, looking up ahead at the shows for Valentine's weekend. That's 2021. That's going to be December 12th, 13th, and 14th for those of you in Rio Lindo, Georgia. A very busy weekend this weekend. I've got 12 shows on tap, including 2 on Sunday, it looks like. Starting off, Friday night, the 12th. Of course, it's Pro South Friday. So Pro South in Piedmont, Alabama. And then in Tyrone, Georgia, we have an action wrestling doubleheader, I believe. Platinum Championship Remix is out in Covington, Georgia. And then KLT Promotions up in Rome, Georgia. They have a Friday show this week. That's what they're saying on the fan page. That's what it says on the poster. The poster is here. All right, that's all I have for Friday. Uh, Saturday is quite a busy day. We've got Wrestle America down in Barnesville, Georgia. SWA out in East Stanley, Georgia. All Pro Championship Wrestling out here in Douglasville. And Championship Wrestling from Georgia over in Swainsboro, Georgia. Over in Alabama, we've got 2 shows running. I've got Victory Championship Wrestling out in Gadsden, Alabama. And then New Era Wrestling, easy for me to say, is over in Parrish, Alabama. And then on Sunday, the 14th, someone's gonna be a very sweetie pie. I've got 2 shows running. They're both looks like lucha libre style shows. Over in Austell, Georgia, I've got again, I'm gonna butcher the name because I have enough problems with English, let alone Spanish. But we've got Promociones Nachas Lucha Libre. That's in Austell, Georgia. And over in Lilburn, I've got Radio La Consentida. Again, I'm sorry if I butchered the name. It is what it is. You're dealing with an old fat white man. So that's all the shows I have coming up for this weekend. A brief rundown of the shows. Sorry about that. Had some technical issues. I wanted to talk about the 2 shows that I went to. Friday night, I was at Southern Honor Wrestling up in Canton, Georgia. Lots of matches, lots of things happening, uh, some spectacular crowd reactions, and a debut of a whole new team. Uh, just running down the show real quick. Gunnar Miller beat Chris Banks. With After the match, some Lethal Poison and Corey Hollis came out trying to recruit Gunnar, and that Gunnar blew him off. Jordan Kingsley of the Honor Society versus Kyle Matthews. Jordan Kingsley picked up the victory after some shenanigans with Logan Chase using the cane on Kyle Matthews while the referee's back was turned. That set up the next match as the Honor Society was beating down Kyle Matthews. Chip Day came out, made the save, and a match was set up. Chip Day versus Kevin Ryan of the Honor Society. Chip Day won. So there was a little back and forth between Honor Society and Chip Day and Kyle Matthews. Next up, we had the Petty Party with Ashton Starr and his guest. The guest name was actually Owen Knight. So it was a good back and forth, and then all of a sudden, music plays. Out comes the returning AC Mack, which shocked lots of people. And so the three guys were having great back and forth. I had some serious flashbacks to the WWA 4 days when they were trainees back then. So that was a good thing. And eventually Gary Lamb had enough, came out, and made a triple threat match for all three. And excuse me, AC Mack picked up the victory over Owen Knight after some shenanigans going on there. And then Exotic Youth of Bryce Cannon and Zach Mosley faced off against the brand new tag team of the All-Star Special of Hold My Beer Hansen and William Huckabee. And the crowd went nuts. Oh, what a night. Dun, dun, dun. All-Star Special picked up. The only bad thing is the match did drag on. Could have been shorter by a few minutes. And then after that match, Austin Towers versus Sin Bodhi. Austin Towers won. Again, the match drug out. They really could have cut at least 5 minutes off that easy. I guess I know they were trying to fill up time, but still, it could have chop. And then, where was I at? All right. Oh yeah, Gary Lamb came out. The Lynch Mob was supposed to face Lethal Poison for the Southern Honor Heavyweight Tag Team Championships, rather. Unfortunately, something happened with the Lynch Mob, and Matt Lynch had to be taken to the hospital. Lethal Poison wasn't happy about it. They wanted the tag titles. They wanted Gary to hand them to him. Gary basically said, F you, and he got attacked for his efforts. Chip Day and Kyle Matthews made the save, and Gary Lamb made the match. Lethal Poison did beat Chip Day and Kyle Matthews. It was a good match. I liked it. And then the main event had David Ali defending the Southern Honor Heavyweight Championship against Sunny Days. At the beginning of the show, Ali had attacked Ravina Vane by punting her in the head. And so this is revenge for Sunny, along much with other things. Nice main event. The numbers game was too much for Sunny as Austin Towers interfered, and they were beating down on Sunny. And then lights went out, and Logan Creed made his way to the ring, and the pop was tremendous. It was a very, very loud pop, and that quickly evened the odds. And it looks like we might have coming up in the near future David Ali and Austin Towers versus Sunny Days and Logan Creed I remember the name was Fear, I believe. So that's a returning debut of the stable, returning debut of the stable. Yeah. All right, and so that was the Southern Honor recap on Saturday. I went out to Franklin, Georgia for Wrestling United. They're very much in the mode of bringing in new people. It could be some people I know are saying that's why the crowd wasn't popping too much. Not necessarily. The opening match of Kevin Giza versus Sage Phillip. They took their time and established who was face, who was heel, and by the end of the match, the crowd was reacting favorably to Sage Phillips in his face role. Both men, they're both men from Indiana. I think they did a very good job, especially as far as the opening match. Up next, this tells you that the crowd was not very lively. The next one match was a 2-on-1 handicap match of Murder One and Lamar Phillips, and even with Murder One doing a brief promo, crowd really wasn't into it. So I really don't think it was the new people they brought in, because it was something with the crowd itself. They just weren't having it. Other people smarter than me could probably figure it out. I'm just observing it. Just the crowd just was not having it all night long until the main event. It was a 2-on-1 handicap match. Murder One and Lamar Phillips versus Lamar Diggs. Lamar Diggs picked up the victory in clean fashion, getting the pinfall on Murder One, which is shocking in itself. But we'll see how that plays out in the future. But good on Lamar for getting the victory on that. Next we had Talon Onyx and Trevor Aeon of the Blackhearts versus the debuting Logan Taylor and Brian Andrews. I believe they're from the Nightmare Factory. I could be wrong. Someone correct me. So, of course, the Blackhearts picked up the victory. Usual shenanigans with Taliaferro at ringside and Papa Macro. So that was they picked up a victory. Chip Day got the biggest pop, most reaction of the night when he came out in his match against Cole Radrick. That's Radrick, Radrick. So it's even though Chip Day was supposed to be a member of the Kraken, he got a very positive crowd response. So it's don't see, it's who knows what happens there. Kraken is as Kraken does. All right, so Chip Day picked up the victory there. And then we had Papa Marco of the Blackhearts, accompanied by Trevor Aeon, Talon Onyx, and Taliaferro, versus the debuting Trayshawn the Ripper. Again, I think he's from the Nightmare Factory. That's what I was told. Again, if I'm wrong, please correct me. Papa Marco picked up the victory. And in the main event, a couple of very well-known names in the West Georgia area. Hit for Hire Bobby Moore versus Frankie Valentine. The main event got the most reaction of the match itself, got the most reaction of the entire night, and it was a great. It was, I wouldn't say typical, but it was what the crowd wanted. The crowd needed it, and the crowd got it. Bobby Moore picked up the DQ win after he shoved down. After Tweety prevented Bobby from hitting Frankie with a chair. Bobby shoved Tweety down. That set Frankie off, and he was just going to town on Bobby Moore. Referee had been knocked down a few seconds earlier. He got up, saw what Frankie was doing, called for the bell, so Bobby picked up the DQ victory. And then the Blackhearts came out and attacked Frankie Valentine, and until Lamar Diggs, ran out to the ring with it looked like a broom handle with a tennis ball stuck to the end. I could be wrong what it was, but that's what it looked like. If I'm wrong, someone correct me. So that made the save. So there's going to be some interesting going-ons between the Blackhearts It looks like Frankie Valentine and Lamar Diggs. So that was the wrap up of the shows I went to this weekend. As always, if you know of a show, tag me in the comments or send it to me in a link or something. Uh, I'm always happy to do this and promote, because the first part of this is I'm promoting shows. If you have like a 30-second or a minute commercial you'd like me to air, please contact me. I'd be more than happy to insert that in here for a small fee. Let's see. On Facebook, follow me at the RobBrod Report. Twitter, at the RobBrod. Eventually, I might actually do Instagram or some of the other things, but who the hell knows? So that's all I have for this week. It's should be, like I said, busy weekend. Just be careful. It looks like we might be getting a weather event at the beginning of next week, either Monday or Tuesday, unless it stalls or it gets delayed. So just be careful of that. Other than that, that's all I have for this week. Have a good time at the matches and TTFN.